For this video, you will need 2 skeins of a fingering weight yarn, a 3.5mm crochet hook, stitch markers, a tapestry needle for weaving in ends, and scissors. A little bit about this yarn. This colorway is called Devotion. It's from the Frosted Stitch. Her snowflake sock line is 463 yards per 100 grams, so it's a pretty nice hefty skein, but because there isn't a lot of lace in this pattern, you will need the full 2 skeins to get the correct amount. I will have the complete yardage in the pattern and in the notes below. If you're interested in finding out more about Krista's yarn, I'll put a link in the description below. I am not an affiliate. I just love the way her colorways work up. So to begin this pattern, I went ahead and made a chain of 208, and then I went back and single crocheted all along it till I got back to the first chain. Now in this first chain here, I'm going to go ahead and place 3 single crochets. And this end of the shawl for this part will always be increasing. Eventually we will start decreasing again, but for right now we're just increasing, so that's 2 and 3. Okay, now we're going to turn our work, and we're going to start with a chainless double crochet. And that's going to give this a really pretty edge. If you don't do that, if you can't do it, don't worry. Just go ahead and chain 2 and then start your double crochet increases. So to do a chainless double crochet, I'm going to put my finger here. It's really important that you keep your finger here as you're doing this. I'm going to pull up just a little bit. Depending on the type of yarn you're using, when your tension will determine how much you pull up. Keeping my finger here, I'm going to bring my hook forward and around the yarn just like that and make a little twist. And I need to keep my finger here because if I let go, I'm back to where I started. So keep your finger there, pull your hook in front and behind just like that, and then we're going to go into our stitch. We'll yarn over, pull through, keep your finger on there, yarn over, pull through 2, and then you can let go because now you're locked in, yarn over, pull through 2, just like that. And that's how you do a chainless double crochet. Again, if this is complicated, go ahead and do a chain 2, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets. Since I did a chainless double crochet, I'm just going to do 2, just like that. 2 more, so I'll have 3 double crochets total. That chain 2 will not count as a stitch, so 3 double crochets just like that. And then I'm going to start doing double crochets front loop only all the way back to the end. To do the front loop, I'm going to yarn over. You're going to want to take a look at your work. This is the front loop that's going to be facing me, and this is my back loop. I'm going to go ahead and go into there, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, just like you would for a regular double crochet. Go again, front loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and I'll show you again that we're only going through the front loop. So I'm going to try to do this slightly turned. So normally you can see this way. So if you see me going through here, I'm just going to go through the front loop, come through the center, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And what that's going to do is it's going to create a nice pretty little ridge that's going to help define the squares when we get to the front post stitches. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way down to the end. Once I get to the end, I will show you what the next row is and how we're going to work it. So I'm coming to my last double crochet, and for this one I'm going to go through both loops instead of just doing the back loop only, because I like the way that it has a nicer, cleaner border. So double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1, and we're going to turn our work. And now we're going to begin doing the post stitches, and we're going to do the post stitches with trebles. So to do that, we're going to start right away. We're going to yarn over twice. We're going to go right into the side of the single crochet below. We're not working into the double crochets, we're working into the single crochets. I'm going to yarn over, pull through, oops, just like that, and I'll have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. We need the trebles because we need it to go through the whole, cover the whole double crochet from the row before. So I'm going to kind of pull this apart and show you. So that's my post. It's going to come in front and lay in front of that double. And then we're going to do single crochets in 2 stitches, and then in the next double crochet we're going to follow that down to the single below it and place our post. So if you look at your stitches, here's my post, here's my first single crochet. That's going to lay over that just like that. In these 2 stitches, so looking at them, I'm going to do back loop only, single crochets, 1 and 2, just like that. So now we're going to treble crochet, and in the 3rd stitch from the post, so 1, 2, 3, there's my double crochet. In the single below it, we're going to go ahead, we're going to go into that single crochet, go from behind, come around, yarn over, pull through. You have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2, just like that. And that post is now going to lay over this stitch. And if you're ever confused, you can see I worked a single crochet into this stitch. This one that skipped, that doesn't have anything, is my post. So I'm going to work right into the back loop of the next single crochet. And that's how you can make sure that you don't skip any stitches. So just like that. And now it's time to do our treble again. We're going to do it right here in this stitch. So treble, yarn over twice, find the single crochet below. We're going to go around it, just like that, yarn over, pull up a loop, just like that, 4 loops on your hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now this first row is a little bit more difficult because you have to work into those single crochets, but after this I promise it gets much easier. So again, we can see that that's where my single crochet was. I'm going to skip that one because that's where my treble is, and I'm going to do my next back loop only single crochet right there. So 1 and 2, and then we're going to continue. So for this pattern we're going to have 24 posts. So 1, 2, 3, we're working on our 4th, and once we get to that 24th post, after that we will no longer be doing single crochet back loop only. So after that point we're going to go ahead and do just the single crochets just by themselves until we get to the end at the last stitch, and then at that point we will do our increase, then we'll turn around and do our double crochet front loop only row till we get back to here. And remember to do your increases for your double crochet row too. I'm going to keep going till I get to my 24th post, then I'm going to do my single crochet row, then I'm going to turn around and do my double crochet row, making sure I catch both increases, and then I'll meet you back here to show you how to do the next row of post stitches. So I've come to the end of my double crochet row. I'm gonna, for the last stitch, remember we're gonna go through both loops, yarn over, pull through like you would for a normal double crochet. We're gonna chain 1 and turn our work. And now we're gonna begin working through the post stitches. So I'm going to yarn over twice for my treble, and then I'm gonna just go through that post just like this. So we're gonna go through the post, pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull through 2 and just finish it like you would your normal treble. Now remember that goes with this first stitch, so we're going to skip that first stitch, and in the second stitch right here I'm going to do, there's the first stitch, I'm going to do the back loop single crochet just like that, and then we're going to do another back loop single crochet, and then yarn over twice and the next treble. Then that next treble again we're going to go through right through left, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. So this is going to go along with this stitch right here. So you can see I use the single crochet. That's the next stitch, so we're going to skip it. And so we'll go ahead, back loop, single crochet into that one, just like that. So go through there, go through there. So that's basically it. We're going to continue doing this. So I'll do one more, treble crochet, right to left through the post, yarn over, pull through two, pull through two, pull through two. Make sure you skip the stitch, and then we're going to go into the back loop only and single crochet two. So I'm going to continue doing this till I get to the end of the post area. Then what I'll do is I will continue with my single crochets, do my increase, turn, do my increase for my double crochets, and then come back. And I'm going to keep doing this until we get to the next section where things kind of change up in the shawl. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you back. So I'm here at row 27, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start working on the decreasing portion of this shawl. To do that, first I'm going to do a single crochet 3 together. So I'm going to go through the first loop, yarn over, pull up, go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up, and then go to the last one. And this is the one that we normally do the increases on. We're just going to be doing decreases now. So I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop. So I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to yarn through, make sure they're nice and snug, and pull through all 4. Then we're going to turn our work. And so this is where we're going to be doing something a little bit different than just a normal double crochet 3 together decrease. I'm going to actually bring my yarn to the back. And we're going to do that same chainless double crochet. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to pull up a loop, wrap it around, and into my loop that I just made, and you want to make sure that that's the right one, I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, and then I'm going to pull through the first on my hook. So I still have 2 loops on my hook. Then I'm going to yarn over and back loop only. Let's see if I can get that to perfectly. Back loop only, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, back loop only, double crochet, at least the first part, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all of my loops just like that. And that's how I'm going to get the double crochet 3 together, and it's going to give me a nice point at the end here. And now we'll just continue. So we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to be doing back loop only double crochets. We're going to be, let me show you what this is looking like a little bit now. So we have the decreasing section of the shawl with our textured back loops. We have our post stitches here. So we're going to continue doing that until we get to the rows that will make, that bring us back to our original stitch right over here. So I'm going to keep working on this, and then what I'll do is I'll meet you back when I get to that point to show you what the next step is. So I've reached the last stitch here on my post stitches, and you have 2 options with how to finish it. The first is just to go ahead and continue doing your post stitch just like this, and then going ahead, turning your work and starting your double crochet row. You will have a gap here because this stitch is not attached. So alternatively, you can actually go ahead and instead of doing a treble, you're going to do a double. You're going to do your post stitch, go ahead, yarn over, pull through 2, and then when you get here, you're going to find that stitch. You're going to go into that stitch just like that, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then you're going to go ahead and pull through all 3 just like that. And it's going to anchor this stitch and keep it from being a little floppy right in this corner, because this is going to be the corner of our shawl. Now we're going to continue working just this way, and we're going to do the same repeat. So I'm going to turn my work and start doing my front loop only double crochets. Then when I get to this end, I'll turn my work and do my single crochets. So, and then I'll keep going back and forth, and we're going to do that until we reach the same length of here, and then we'll start to do some decreases. So I'm going to work on this, and then I'll meet you back and give you an update and show you how it looks like. Again, remember I'm going to do my starting chainless double crochets to keep a nice edge. If you can't do that stitch, you don't feel comfortable, do a chain 2 before doing your double crochet, and that chain 2 will not count as anything. So I'm going to keep working, and then I'll meet you back. So I'm at the part of the shawl now where I'm going to do the start doing decreases, because I want the point of this end of the shawl to match the point at the other end. And so the way that we're going to do that is we're going to do, I just finished a single crochet row, and now we're going to do a double crochet row, 3 together, just like we did on the other end. So I am going to pull up for my chainless starting double crochet. I'm going to go into that first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and now I can actually just do a front loop only, double crochet, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through 2. I have 4 loops on my hook, and I'm going to pull through, oops, I'm going to pull through all 4 just like that. And I'm going to do the same thing at the other end, except I won't be using a chainless double crochet. I'm going to at the last 3 stitches, I'll do a double crochet 3 together on that end. So I'm going to keep working on that, and then I will meet you back and show you what it looks like as we get closer to the point. So here's the final point of this portion of the shawl. What you're going to do is you did your double crochet decreases. Now remember, there's no single crochet decreases for this portion of the shawl, and then except for the last row right here. For your second to last row, you'll have 6 stitches. You'll do a double crochet 3 together, and then another double crochet 3 together, and then you'll turn your work and you'll do 2 single crochets together for the last little stitch right here. I went ahead and added tassels, and I'm going to show you just the 2 points of the shawl. They're pretty similar, especially given the fact that these are horizontal decreases and these are more of a vertical decrease, but the whole point of this shawl is to have different textures. Once I blocked the second half of the shawl, they ended up being pretty similar in size. But again, this shawl is not perfectly symmetric. You can see here is the those vertical rows, and then here are the horizontal rows of the shawl. And you can see also, let me get to the center, here is our center split, and it gives a really nice V. So this shawl is going to have a very unique way of being worn. So this is the final pattern. I hope you enjoyed making this shawl as much as I did. I really am in love with how pretty the textures turned out for this. I also have a tutorial on how to make tassels. If you want to make tassels on, I'll put a link in the description below on that. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make these front post treble crochets and seeing how this texture plays out both on the first half of the shawl and the second half of the shawl. The pattern is available, and I'll also put a link in the description below for more information on that. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help to grow the channel, and please do subscribe. Thank you.